Hi friend, welcome back to my channel. My name is Evelyn and in today's video I will show you step by step on how to set up your next Facebook Live as an event so that you can reach more people upfront and also have the option to promote the event with paid advertising. Alright, so I'm now on one of my business pages and what I want to do is I want to head down and under create I want to say live. Now this prompts me to a dialog window and I could either go live right now, which is not what I want. I want to have a little bit of time up front to promote my live. This is why I want to say create a live video event. So what this will do, it will allow people to respond going to the event. The live video will be available in multiple places, so you'll get more reach and free organic exposure, and people will be reminded about the live. So once you go live, and this will ultimately help you to have more people showing up live for you. So now let's say create new. And this again opens another dialog window. Alright, so you can see we can first off choose a custom header for our live event. And I highly recommend that you do that, especially if you have in mind to promote this event upfront, especially if you want to boost it with ads. So if you don't select a custom header, this will just select the header of your page, but you actually want to use the space to advertise your event. So what I recommend you do is go over to CANVA and say Facebook event and select the Facebook event cover. This is free, by the way, so completely free tool. And then you can see a lot of templates that you can just use and configure, and use this also to let people know why they should come and when it will happen. So ideally you include the value proposition in this banner already. Then you can just delete the current image and upload it. And of course you can also, drag and drop to reposition. To keep this video short, I'm not going to do this right now, but I'll take you further through the setup. So the next thing is that you want to give your event a name. Again, you want to use this field, every field that you have available to promote your event already built in. So your fancy event name should of course also let people know why they should show up. So this could be, the $5 Facebook ad strategy for coaches and course creators that works every single time, right? Your title should already sell on the benefit of your live stream. The same applies for the description that you have in here. View this as your ad copy because it will be later on. So again, the description of the event is not just a generic description, it sells people on your event and on the key benefits of attending while giving them all the details and things that they need to know about it. Select the start date and the end date. I recommend that you go for a time frame with an end date that is not too long, because it's hard for people to commit to things that just take a lot of time. So I recommend that you schedule it for maximum an hour, and if you need a little bit longer and what you deliver is really interesting, people will stick anyway. But it's just easier to commit to something that takes 30 minutes or an hour than something that takes 2.5 or 3 hours. Alright, so the next thing that we want to look at is we could now enable paid events. So this could be a free live stream, or it could also be a live stream, a training that you charge for. So if you want to charge for it, you have to know that Facebook will take a fee for it. But all you would need to do now is enter a price in here. So let me say, okay, this is 10 euros. Actually recommends like 10 euros and 99 cents. And what we could also do here right now, notice that if you do this for the first time, you'll have to agree to their terms and conditions. So now we could also give an early bird discount, and we could say, okay, everyone that joins upfront gets 50% off, and this is if they sign up until one day of the event, and then they also get this little notification about 9 hours left to get a discounted price. And we all know that scarcity and like that works really, really well. So if you decide to make it a paid event, definitely work with that. You could also limit the capacity to, make it even more, create even more urgency and make it even more scarce. So let's say, okay, there are only 10 spots left. Actually, it's good if you have numbers that are not round because it makes people assume that already people signed up. So just a little trick. Next, what you want to do is you could now edit the event settings. So you have different event options. You could show, for example, a guest list, or you can decide to let people ask questions about this in the event or in Messenger. And you can also change the settings for the stream, for the viewers, for the comments, and for the live tab. I'm not going through all of that right now, but just know that if you think you want to configure something, most likely you find it in here. And now for the distribution, you could also decide to cross-post. So if you have multiple pages, like I do as well, you can decide, okay, for example, it goes not only live on the Evelyn Weiss coaching page, but for example, also on my agency page, the conversion blueprint page, which wouldn't make any sense because it's two different audiences, but just for letting you know that this is a total possibility. Okay, and now we have also the audience settings. So you could make it public, or you could restrict the age, or only let people from certain locations watch you or not. All right, so then here you have the page URL that you can use to share with your audience. So for example, if you're driving traffic from an email to this, which I highly recommend to promote the event up front, and the actual link to the live will be created once you go live. So for now, let me just create the event. Now this loads for like 10 seconds or so, and then we'll be asked if we want to set up the live right now, which we don't want to do. We just want to set up the live like shortly before the event. Okay, event successfully created. Your live video event has been successfully created for tomorrow. And here you can say set up live video, and this takes you to another view, which is the live producer. And in here you could customize all your settings. So if you want to go live directly in Zoom or directly on Facebook, or if you want to use a third-party tool, or if you want to use Zoom, for example. So there are a few ways to go live on Facebook. Tell us about your live video so we can recommend the best setup. I want to reach a broader audience. I want to engage with my viewers. I want to build a community, other. So here you just want to go through this dialog. And then it shows you the recommended video source, which is, for example, right now the webcam, just a very simple setting like I have set it up right now. So I don't want to go through the whole setup in Live Producer because this is just very simply choosing your camera and microphone, or if you want to go live through a third-party tool, it's best to watch a tutorial on how to go live on Facebook with Zoom, or how to go live on Facebook with StreamYard. That would explode this tutorial. Just know that where you actually set up the stream is in the Live Producer. So what I want to do right now is I want to go back to my page, because I want to show you another way to promote your event. So it's good you have it scheduled. This will be pushed out now to the audience of your page, at least to some of them that interact with your page frequently. Plus you also have this link that you can share with your audience on social media and on email. But in addition to that, you probably also want to reach new people that haven't heard from you before. So what you can do now is go on your page to the Events tab, and then you'll see upcoming events. You should see upcoming events. And now we can boost the event. So here you see that why I said the description and the headline are so important, and the cover, because this literally will automatically form your advertisement. So now the way to set this up is you select an ad account that you want to run this from. So I have quite a few, but let me select the right one. And now you could still edit your description in here. This is not a special ad category. Now the next thing you have to decide is the audience that you want to show it to. The first thing is Facebook suggests you a smart audience. So Facebook decides who to show the event to. If you know your audience, I actually recommend that you go in and dial your interests and the age and where people live in manually, because this will really help you to get better quality reach. If you want to use advanced targeting settings, so if you want to work with lookalikes and everything that expands beyond this interest-based basic targeting, then you could also click on Setup in in Ads Manager, and then it prompts you here, and you can create audiences in the Audience Manager and then use them in here. So for example, yeah, you can just browse the interests in here, and then let's select a few and say Save Audience. This is just a notification about the iOS 14 update and audience sizes. So you can say people I selected from my targeting, or you could also select people that like your page, people who like your page and their friends, or you can also select a custom audience, and here is where you find all your lookalike audiences. So when you go here and you're prompted to this field where you can create lookalike audiences, then you can also select them in here. So the setup is basically as good as if you would do it in Ads Manager. I know boosting a post has a really bad reputation, but this way you can also set it up properly, because you can select all your audiences and you have the right campaign objective. All right, then all you need to do is select on your budget, toggle on that you want to have your business, your pixel connected, and then you click on Boost Event Now. And that's all you have to do to reach more people up front and have them saying yes and responding to going to your live event. And if it's a paid one, the payment will go through Facebook already. If it's a free one, people will just respond going. And once you actually go live, you go into the live producer, you start your live stream, and people get a notification that you're live. That's all I have for you for now. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, as always, drop a comment. And other than that, I would appreciate if you could leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. Bye for now.